Well, I think the key thing for the president is that there has to be a very clear line when it comes to the killing of American personnel. And so, whatever responses he may have had in the past to attacks on US facilities, attacks on US interests, any response to the killing of American servicemen needs to be much more significant, so that Iran in particular, but also Iran's proxies, receive the message that this simply won't be tolerated. And so look, in the past, we've been engaged in this sort of tit-for-tat with Iranian proxies, and I anticipate whatever the US now does in retaliation will go well beyond those previous responses. Who do they target though, Michael? You're talking about Iranian-backed proxies here, but yet the Secretary and the President have said that they believe Iran trains these individuals, resources them, may have a role in the planning as well. Who does the US target in that state point? Is it Iran or someone else? Well, that's always the crux of this debate inside the US government. I've sat through many of these myself. And of course, there is a temptation to say, look, you know, Iran is, of course, willing to fight the last Iraqi or Syrian or Yemeni militia. This is why they put a gun in their hands and say, you know, go fight. But it is perhaps much more reluctant to take a risk that Iran itself might be targeted. But weighing against that, of course, is the worry that the US response could fuel the very regional escalation we're seeking to avoid. And so that will be the tension inside the White House debate. I anticipate, though, that yes, this will create a lot of pressure inside and outside to strike back against Iranian targets. Maybe not inside Iran, but, you know, IRGC personnel, Iranian facilities or vessels in the region, which was already under consideration before this. And those considerations are all military-level considerations. I mean, there are plenty of sanctions against Iran at this point, which clearly haven't worked as a deterrent from the US perspective. That's right, I think that sanctions won't be deemed an adequate response. You may see sanctions as part of an American response, but I think responding only with non-military measures, whether they be economic or diplomatic, would be taken inside the US as woefully insufficient. So President Biden would come under significant pressure, but that's not to say that there won't be a combination of tools utilized here, and that there won't be messages, frankly, to Iran as part of whatever US response comes. What's this all going?